Welcome back to the M3's 3D channel. This morning, I'm gonna wait to do the morning roundup. I'm gonna wait to do everything. All I'm doing is watching that door. I have it cracked open so I can hear if anything's happening outside. I will hear if a big truck pulls up. We're not doing anything. We are going to get that filament extruder. We are not going to accept any shenanigans. We've got the door cracked. Nothing is going to stop us now. I've gotten up about 3 hours earlier than they've ever delivered a package. In other words, like, I looked at all the times that they have delivered packages to my house, and I got up 3 hours earlier than that. Because we're not about to get faked out by some guy that just decided he's going to deliver it. At some time they've never delivered it before. We are controlling for all chaotic factors. I really would like to package things, but I'm not doing that. Because I'm eliminating the possibility that there's any chance, I guess that's redundant, possibility and chance, whatever, that I will miss this package. If this FedEx driver actually comes here, I will be ready. I'm not doing anything. I'm going to silently post absurd memes on social media. That's it. I've been sitting here for a good while. Puppy compilation.
In the court, Mr. Wigglesworth, you've been charged with grand theft, everything. How do you plead?
That's a guilty look if I've ever seen one.
The court will take that as a yes.
Decided to just check the tracking. It does say it's going to be delivered by the end of today. Oh man, a bird flew in here. Wow, I really wish I could open that window. Alright, I got him to fly out, but dang, that's annoying. I guess we'll just crack it like that. That'll be fine. Maybe it's the coffee talking. I just got this feeling of like, I'm gonna be really nostalgic someday looking at all this. I don't know, there's just something about like printing a bunch of things, designing a bunch of things. One time when I was in Austin working at Jimmy John's, I delivered to this guy. He had come into the shop before. He both times that he came into the shop, he said something like, I really respect you guys because I can't work a normal job. I guess as a delivery person, I was kind of waiting around for something to get done. You know, you kind of wait for the orders to get done, and then as soon as they are, you go out the door with them because it's Jimmy John's and we do everything fast. Anyway, this guy, we just got talking and he's like, yeah, I'm a wedding photographer. I figured out how to optimize ads to target customers and stuff. And I have to spend $20,000 a year on ads, but I make like $150,000 a year. He just said something like, yeah, I used to deliver, I think I delivered pizza or something, and then I figured out how to do that. And now like I'm super well off. And I do something that's pretty cool, you know. I think he showed me some pictures on his phone. He wasn't like an exceptional photographer. He was just very, very good at advertising his services. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't like the best thing I've ever seen. Anyway, after seeing him in the shop a couple of times, he eventually just ordered delivery, I guess. And I got to see where he lived. And it was in Hyde Park in Austin, which is an expensive area. It's not like, ooh, you're just a super duper millionaire, you know. But, I mean, nowadays these are probably like multi-million-dollar homes. But that doesn't even mean anything anymore, barely. It was like a nice house, but it wasn't just like MC Hammer's mansion from the 90s. Anyway, I just kind of say that because, like, when I was at this guy's house, I was super curious about him because, like, that's a cool thing to hear. Like, this is a dude that made it out of the rat race. It's kind of what I was trying to do. So I'm like, try not to take too long because they time your deliveries. You can't take a super long time or your boss is going to yell at you. So, but I knew there was a couple minutes of wiggle room or something. Anyway, he was a chatty guy. And he was talking about how in the early days of GarageBand, which I never even used that really. I wasn't a Mac person. He said that him and his buddies had a business where they would make like loops. You know, like GarageBand, there's all these loops that you can use that are pre-made or you can download them or something. There's some way that they made a bunch of money doing that. And then he got into photography. And I just thought, like, just now I thought, wouldn't it be cool if he like videoed that stuff and uploaded it to the internet, and then years later when he's not even doing that or he's in some other creative endeavor or something, he could go back and like see the early days, you know? But yeah, just one of the cooler people I've ever had a conversation with, because he wasn't like a big shot, but he's somebody that did it. He also was like one of the most successful people I've ever met that didn't. He just seemed like a really normal guy. He was, if anything, he was just kind of like, yeah, I'm sort of lazy, whatever. It's like his idea of a great job is like, I'm going to weddings, probably drinking a little bit, probably flirting. You know, everybody likes the wedding photographer, you know. He's like probably eating some of the food or something. He's like a wedding crasher, but he gets paid to do it, basically. Like, that's exactly what this guy was like. I wish I could convey it. He was like almost a hippie. He was like a hippie that was cleaned up a little bit. You know, I don't know why. If you guys ever listened to the musician Keller Williams, he kind of came across like that guy. I don't know. There are just certain people you meet and they just stick in your head for some reason. I don't know. That just came back to me basically. But yeah, I already like watching some of the early videos from this series because even in that amount of time things have changed a lot. I can't even imagine what's going to be like 5 years from now. I kind of wish I would have added that guy on Facebook. At the same time, it's like, hey, I'm the guy who delivered your sandwich that day. This is going to be the episode where I waited so long for a filament extruder to get here that a bird flew in my house. We might as well get filament started. Probably should have done this first thing. But yeah. We're reading the tea leaves a little bit here. I refreshed the tracking. There are no updates or early morning scans for today, which is strange. But it does say by end of day, scheduled delivery date. So that's pretty weird. I did get an email saying it was going to be delivered today. But there should be scans. The fact that there aren't scans really makes me think it's going to be delivered tomorrow. So what do you do with that information? FedEx telling you two different things at the same time since 1967 or whatever. I've been waiting for 3 or 4 hours. I asked ChatGPT to research whether they do Sunday delivery here, and it said there's a reasonable possibility that they do, but there's a significant chance that they don't. That's literally what it says. I don't know. Man, what do you even do? I guess we will do as many things for as long as we can in this front room. And once it gets past the time that FedEx would probably deliver something, then we'll do other stuff. Also, the guy on the phone from yesterday said it was going to be delivered today, but he's just a guy in a call center. There's no scan updates. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll do as many things in this front room as we can, but this is just stupid. I navigated the phone menu so I could actually talk to a human being, and they swore up and down it's going to be delivered today. It's well past the time that the other times they tried to deliver, but I guess I'm going to take their word for it. I feel like there's some kind of joke that the punchline should be, it's more of an art than a seance. Delivery! It really serves me right that, like, FedEx delivers in the morning, FedEx delivers in the afternoon, FedEx delivers in the morning, FedEx delivers in the afternoon. I get up bright and early so I won't miss the delivery. They deliver in the evening. If they deliver in the evening. Oh man. It's getting legitimately cold in here. I guess we're gonna start doing some repricing. Giant T-Rex skull with plate. The Allosaur head. The original bronze Chucky. The Big David can. Our Edgar Allan Poe headsets. The Big Cheese. It's literally a huge wedge of cheese. All my FedExes live in Texas. Well, I can't really go anywhere. We're getting delivery from Napoli's. Napoli's is right down the street. I would normally just go pick it up, but literally I know that if I leave this house, that's when FedEx is gonna come here. I've been waiting for 5 hours so far. I guarantee you, I step away for 10 minutes, they're gonna show up. So yeah, Napoli's it is. And it looks like they're here. Delivery acquired. Maybe we can't get a Philibot extruder, but we sure can get side Caesar salad, chicken rolotini, and complimentary bread. Oh yeah, look at that. Their salads are really good too. If you've never had a good rolotini, you are missing out. So good. Yep, this is the life of an entrepreneur right here. One day you're Pablo Escobar, the next day you're waiting for Godot. There's a classic Soviet joke that goes something like, a Soviet citizen wanted a telephone. So they went to the bureau where you applied to get the telephone, and they do all the paperwork and fill everything out. Then they're like, all right, well, we'll be there next year. We'll be there exactly a year from now. And the person's like, morning or afternoon. They're like, what difference does it make? They say, well, the plumber's coming in the morning. I think there's an actual term for those little Soviet jokes that are told by Soviets or were told by Soviets. I think they're called anecdote. Sounds a lot like anecdote, but it's like anecdote or something like that. While we are diligently watching the door, a couple of gargoyle knobs. And we've got that dragon skull. Golden idol. And little T-Rex skull. Technically, we have now waited 7 hours. It's late enough. No tracking updates. I'm gonna say it's definitely not coming today. I'll keep the door cracked for a little while, but it's gonna start getting cold. And I think we're just gonna call it a day. Again, email said it's gonna be delivered today. Customer service representative on the phone yesterday said it's going to be delivered today. Customer service representative today said it's going to be delivered today. The tracking information, aside from the fact that it never updated, says it's going to be delivered today. I should become a dentist because this is like pulling teeth. Hey, we just sold our first shark at the new price. Looks like the fish are biting. And we've got our Socrates. And we got that Geo skull. Gandy pipe. And we've got a Moai. I think we are at the point where we get to say that FedEx lied. I do not see the truck. Oh man, well, we're just going to pretend that it's definitely coming tomorrow. What if it doesn't come that day when they say it's gonna come? Will it come Tuesday? Will it ever come here? These are all relevant questions, but at least we get to shut the front door. I wish I could call the exact person that I talked to in customer service who probably promised me like 8 times that they are delivering that package today. They didn't. And we've got a very nice copper guitar octo. The official tracking page no longer says it's going to be delivered today. So I guess that's official. And we've got another guitar octo. And we've got another Sharky. And we're shipping the first D20 of the Christmas season. This is a really small thing, but we're about to paint these tentacles, and you really got to put them on a nice flat surface. It helps if there isn't anything on the surface, like other layers of paint. I don't know why I never made this connection before, but I have all these boxes from Amazon packages, and I usually just throw them away. But it's like, why am I not using them for paint surfaces? I fairly often want to have a nice clean paint surface. So why am I not using them for that? I don't know. Just little things like that make businesses work. Micro problem solving. Well, now that I am definitely free to leave, we are going to get groceries. We are going to try to stock up a whole bunch for Christmas. It's probably going to be in the next few days. The pedal's really going to be to the metal. I'm not going to want to go anywhere. Hopefully there's a lot of deals, but we might even buy stuff that isn't on sale. I know, shock. So yeah, it's been long enough since Thanksgiving that there's probably some things on sale. During Thanksgiving, it's like they sell everything. So let's take a look. Normally, I would shut off the extruders for when I'm going anywhere, pretty much, even to the grocery store down the street. But we really need filament, and temperature has been extremely consistent for many rolls now. And we're pretty early on the spool, so we've got lots of time. Yeah, that's basically all the considerations. Oh yeah, and we're close enough down the street that I could walk here and shut this off if something happened. Like if my car didn't start, that kind of thing. Obviously the danger is if this runs out of plastic, which it's got plenty for now, the barrel would start to overheat, and I don't know what happens when you just let this thing cook for hours and hours and hours. It's never really happened, and I don't want to find out. I imagine it tops out at some temperature, but that temperature is probably quite hot. In case you didn't know, the pellets cool down the barrel. It's like pouring water on something, because the temperature of these pellets is, roughly speaking, room temperature. So that cools down the barrel. So the barrel has to continuously heat up in order just to have a consistent temperature. Once pellets are not going through the barrel, it's bad. It's real bad. You either shut this off or you burn down your house. I don't know if it would really do that. Probably not. But we're not gonna find out. Just figured I would explain that. Every print I make, every customer I take, I'll be shipping you. Wow, what a strangely emotional song to go to the grocery store to. We're getting a cart today, baby. Really good on homemade pizzas, and it's only $1. Man, I used to eat these all the time. Those are $5. That's crazy. I bet those would be good on a pizza. 2 for $7. A little something for the kids. Exactly. There was a lady that went to my first spot. Then when I went to my second spot, she was there again. She's doing the scavenger diet too. Oh, heck yeah. I was away from my cart for a second. Some guy started picking through it. Oh no, this treasure chest is mine. take a look at all this. All that, less than $120. In this economy, that's a miracle. Plus, I had to buy a whole bunch of hairspray. That's probably 20 bucks right there. All that for 100 plus some hairspray. Man, it was so funny. There was a lady going to all my spots. I have like 4 or 5 spots that have the most discounted things. It's like I went to the first one and she's like looking at the discount thing. Then I'm waiting a bit. I go buy a bunch of that stuff. She's already at the next one. We've got another scavenger. We've got a rival scavenger. It would just be the funniest thing in the world if FedEx came while I was gone, even though they're supposed to be closed. Like the FedEx guy is just actively staking out, waiting for me to leave so he can try to deliver the package when I'm not there. No way. Son of a bitch. Look at that. Okay, there's nothing. Fooled you. We got several of these veggie trays with dip. Amazing. Super cheap, ready to go. You can't let them go too long, they will go bad. But give them a couple days, they'll be fine. Really cheap way to eat and really good. There was actually a giant tray that was on sale, which is a better value, but I left it for the lady. You can't take all the spoils. For our homemade pizzas, I'm thinking these are gonna be real good. Oh yeah. That'd be real good on a pizza. Those salmon patties, that's one of the items that the lady was looking at. But we got a couple other really good deals here. Spice them up, they're delicious. Our fish wall is getting pretty impressive. These guys were the real find. The breaded pork chops. Put a little hot sauce, put a little barbecue sauce on there. Unbelievable. Check it out, $6. Think about those soups that were like $5 and how much better this is. That's the kind of deals I'd be getting, y'all. Another big score, we got 3 things of the cranberry stuffing. I mean, just a great post-Thanksgiving thing to snag. There was actually more, but like I said, I left it for the other discount seeker this time. Last thing to highlight, not on sale, but some hot honey sauce, sriracha. We don't have a lot of different hot sauces, so why not add some flavor to the mix? And we've got our Einstein and a little hippo boy. Oh, feels good to be processing a good number of orders. Join the Discord, link below. Oh man. So I was just looking at my Etsy. We were gonna be a star seller for December, but then some old guy accidentally gave me a 1-star review. I guess I don't know if it's an accident, but we were so close. Hadn't gotten a single bad review this entire month. It was statistically just enough to make me not a star seller for Christmas. Like, it's the last day. Tomorrow is December. It's like night. This happened at almost the last possible moment it could have. I'm gonna try and message the guy, but dang, y'all. Oh. This guy doesn't know that he's probably just cost me thousands of dollars. Why is the universe like this? All right. Well, if he messages me, he messages me. Nothing I can do about it. Oh man, they're memeing me again. Join the Discord if you want to see more. Just right at the last minute. We've been working so hard to not get a single bad review this entire month. Right at the last minute. Some old guy, 1-star review. See, if even if this had happened yesterday, I could probably talk to the guy and get him to change it. An old guy like this, is he gonna answer some Etsy message at night? Oh man, just kills me. Like, I don't really know. I bet this 1-star review probably has cost me $3,000 or $4,000. The difference between being a star seller and not being a star seller during the busiest time, I bet it's at least 10% difference. It's probably more like 20% difference. It's like I drive a car that costs as much as that 1-star review just cost me. The real kicker is after that, he ordered 2 more things. Figure that one out. I'm going to cancel all his orders if he doesn't change it. I'm going to cancel both of his other orders if he does change it. If you ever leave a 1-star review with me, you're banned for life. Like that lady that left a ridiculous review for that waffle. She tried to order like an ice cream from me, and I told her no, and she just lost it. She was doing death threats and stuff. You longtime viewers probably remember that incident. Oh man, it's just like, you know, when you have a mop and you're like twisting all the water out of it. That's like what I feel like right now. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I have to let it go. This has been a really dramatic day. I just spent all day waiting for FedEx to deliver something that 4 different sources told me they were going to deliver, and they just never show up. All right, we're actually going to read comments now. In the comments or questions section. I'm so pissed off. All right, end scene. Kenny V. FedEx is the worst delivery service ever. Their drivers are subcontractors, not employees. Then you have USPS that doesn't update their tracking system. Boy, you're just preaching right to my choir. JT, I guess speaking for the Australian experience of FedEx. FedEx won't leave a parcel unattended for M3's 3D. However, my front doorstep, they left a $15,000 parcel and claimed they had authority to leave when it went missing. Their own policies don't allow it over $1,000 here. Well, now I'm just, what, did you get a Mercedes delivered? I would murder somebody if that happened. I think I'm joking. Maybe. Kenny V. I had a FedEx guy agree to leave the next day's shipment on the side of the house near the shop door and protected from the weather, only to have a neighbor send me pictures of 6 boxes of computer parts and a 27-inch monitor facing the road for the whole world to see on my porch. Was it actually raining? You said protected from the weather. It seems like it was raining or snowing. Either way, that does suck big time. Joe, there's a lot of people chiming in on this one, man. I've had the same issue with FedEx. I was home the entire day, would have heard the truck, and even my security cameras didn't see any truck pull up, but then I get an update that delivery attempt missed. Pretty sure that some manager is manipulating their success metrics using customer not home rather than truck failing to deliver. That's it. The thing that was really weird, though, about them not knocking the other day is they delivered another package. So they were here. But yeah, there's gotta be something like that. Anyway, one looks better and isn't easily verifiable. Incentives. Just follow the incentives. Grench329. They're a delivery service, in theory. They can, in fact, get a box from city A to city B. Where they really biff it is the last 0.0001% of the journey, which counts for 90% of the customer's experience. He's so good at putting things. Frankly, I wish they'd outsource the direct delivery portion to a third party. If anyone wants to make $1 billion in the next 10 years, get a warehouse and a few trucks, and be that third party in one specific big city. Yep, sounds pretty good to me. Quite a few comments about that. JT, here a company gets a subcontract to Australia Post. This is a bit oversimplified, but in a nutshell, they commit to deliver X amount of parcels a day for X rate per parcel. That company then goes and subcontracts their commitments out to smaller groups of subcontractors to deliver those parcels at X amount a day at X rate, obviously lower than their own contract. It's basically like what the Roman Empire used to do with, oh man, what is it called? Tax rents, tax farming. The Roman Empire didn't collect its own taxes. I'm not sure if maybe it did at the beginning or something, but what it would do is it would sell tax farms, and people could pay, basically you bought an area to tax from the Roman Empire, and they just let you do kind of whatever you wanted with taxes. There was limits on your power or whatever, but you could kind of just tax the locals about as much as you want, I think. There may have been some kind of limit on it. So people would just buy, it would be literally like a farm, you know. You buy the parcel of land, you tax the people there, and that's how it worked. Oh man. Dude, I literally just cannot believe almost the last possible moment, somebody leaves a 1-star review. They actually left 2 reviews. They said the same thing in both reviews, but one was a good review and one was 1 star. And then they bought 2 more things. Like, it's just the dumbest possible thing. Oh man. Yep. Now there actually is one possibility that I might still get Star Seller. The way, if anyone doesn't know this, the way Etsy gives you Star Seller is it looks at the past 2 months, and then it gives, you have to meet metrics. One of them, of course, is your star rating. But technically, when it ticks over to the next day, it looks at the last 2 months from that day. I'm not sure if it goes exactly down to the day, or it's just looking, like right now it's looking at November and October. Or no, it's looking at October and September. When it ticks over tomorrow, it's going to be looking at November and October, which I think were better months, star rating wise. So I might still get it tomorrow, but it'd been a whole lot better if that guy didn't leave that review. Man, it's always something. This is what entrepreneurship is. It's always something. You think you got all this stuff figured out, then this thing happens. You know, FedEx won't deliver the thing. It's like, oh, cool, we found an extruder that I can actually buy and will be delivered in a normal amount of time. Asterisk next to that. By the way, I am a big believer in getting your emotions out. Not always, but like if you're feeling emotions, express them. Vent. Try not to kill anybody or murder anything or smash anything or damage anything or yourself. But express yourself. This is what I do. I get it all out, and then I just feel kind of okay afterwards. Ugh. All right, YouTube comments. JR303, we had a machinist working for us that used to have a very successful business selling machined parts for pistols on Amazon. He said it was like a freight train that hit him when Obama made changes. Scares the heck out of me. There'll be no more businesses tied to one website that's not their own. Keep up the good work, Mark. And judging by the skill sets you have, I know you'll be rock solid no matter what you do. Well, that is a very nice and encouraging and uplifting comment. Box thief. You walking down the street in a tank top, me looking out my window wondering how I'm going to get my car out of 3 feet of snow. Oh, I know what that's like. I think my first car was a 1974 Stingray Corvette. I bought it for $3,800 and sold it for $6,000. I consider that my first business deal ever. But my first real car that I like drove a lot was a 96 Firebird. And there was a year in Indiana where it snowed a whole lot. And at one point, that Firebird was just a big hump of snow. And yes, I'm very, very glad that is not my experience now. Whitey's Wicked Workshop with the wisdom. Whitey's Wicked Wisdom. It seems like the more you need something, the more things get effed up. I have that happen to me all the time. Hope you get it soon. Peace. Hey, I'm crossing everything, man. Sauce Rocks 7152. We've got so many FedEx stories. I ordered a Mac laptop. It said delivered. Nothing was at either door. You can imagine my 5K panic. They resent another. Same thing. Now I'm really flipping. So I had the next one sent to a UPS store pickup location and got it. But half the memory spec I ordered. I said I had Apple insurance, so they sent the right one to the pickup spot. I finally got it. Then my yard guy about 2 years later found one in the bushes out back. And the next year he came over, he was digging around the same area and found another. The brown boxes were dilapidated. I'm actually going to read the rest of this. But the inner plastic wrapped boxes look perfect. The fact it probably froze a winter or two means the LCDs are likely shot. I don't know, I never unwrapped them yet. Really? That's like the first thing I would do. The half-spec machine I never got sent a return box label for as mint. I never opened it either. Sorry for the long story, but they lost about 15K there and nobody cared. I was worried Apple may have flagged the ID, so I didn't resell. I didn't want to get pinched. Machine age wasteland. Oh yeah. Wow, that's a quality comment right there. Ugh. See, I feel like if enough stuff like this happens, retail is coming back. Like, I can't imagine, I'm almost at the point where I can't imagine getting something $5,000 delivered. Maybe I would. It feels like you should have to have like security cameras or something, but then people will fake that. It's only a matter of time till Amazon requires that you have Alexa connected security cameras. Because then what they're going to do, if you claim something is stolen from a certain area, they're going to require you to film that so that they can see if anything happened. That's a prediction. That's a prediction right there. Richard Keyser, 9468. FedEx is not the FedEx from Castaway. I get my ground before my express. Oh yeah, that was a propaganda movie right there. Oh, there's a lot of FedEx comments. Feel free to read them. See, we've washed the frustration out of my system. Like the twisty mop. Now, what are we grateful for? My big win of the day is definitely the groceries. It's $100 worth of groceries, and it's very good food, and it's gonna last a long time. We got a freezer full. We're just gonna unthaw stuff in the morning and eat it throughout the day. Sales have been really good. Oh man, I needed to launch a product today for Cyber Monday. Well, I guess I'll do that in a bit. Yeah, I wanted to have a new product launched for Cyber Monday. We still got time. Whatever. But I'm very, very grateful for the groceries. Those are going to be really good. And it was a good variety of stuff. Let me know how your Cyber Monday went, since that's when you will be seeing this. How is your Christmas going? How is your Christmas season going? Are you having fun? Are you holly jolly? Let me know in the comments. We are the Gratitude Gang. All you got to do, be grateful for something. We're dropping the goodness every single day. Peace out. There we go. Color shift Einstein. Yeah, baby.
Stay around you. I can't say what I need. This blinding adolescence I'm seeing to standing in a moment. What has been is cast aside, frozen there as time rode. I know that you must have died. Sun.